But in Limpopo, it's the ANC, the EFF, the DA, and then the Freedom Front Plus. But it's also that province where an IEC official was suspended because of a loss of ballots that were found by the roadside. You remember that story trended, and we're going to now connect through to Chifiwa Mbedzi, who is at the provincial IEC center. Chifiwa, what's happening where you are?
Good morning, Desiree. We are still here at the IEC in Limpopo, Polokwane, where earlier on we brought you an update on the counting of the results of the elections, basically focusing on the provincial elections. Right now, the IEC has informed us that the counting is done, and now they're busy with the capturing. And in terms of capturing, they're still at 13%. But looking at Limpopo, this is a province where 34 parties are contesting in this year's elections. Now, something really interesting has happened because we find that a new structure, the Good Party, a fairly new structure, has gained a representation in this province. Now, to hear much about the Good Party, I'm going to speak now to the provincial coordinator of the Good Party, Ms. Ronelle Steenkamp. Thank you for allowing us time to speak to you.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Now, looking at what is your impression of the overall process, the way you saw the IEC in Limpopo handling these elections?
Well, with the difficulties that I've heard, we didn't experience any with our party people. But yeah, there's a few that we heard of, and I think it will be sorted out as quick as possible, and they handled it well from our side.
And now, looking at the representation that you're getting from Limpopo province, what is it what background work did you do in your manifesto that made you believe that you're going to gain some strong support here in Limpopo province?
I think our leader, Mrs. Little, did the right thing to say she wants to fix South Africa. There's a lot of, there's a lot of poverty, there's a lot of service delivery failures. We can go on. There's a lot of failures in our province that must be set right. Poverty is one of it. The people is without work. They must have a look at that, see if they can do to stop that. And we can go on for long. There's a lot of stuff that can be done.
So having said that, Ronelle, what appeal does Patricia de Lille bring now to the table of the voters who have swayed into the Good Party? What is it that Patricia de Lille is now going to bring to the voters who have swayed into the Good Party?
I believe what she said in her manifesto, to fix, to see what she can do, to see that poverty be handled, and that they will look after the education, because that's a lack. We can go on. There's a lot of stuff that is lack of interest here that people didn't look after, and the fraud, especially the fraud.
Okay, so should you get a seat in the Limpopo legislature, what can we expect going forward? What are you going to contribute?
Especially, I think we would start with poverty, the work, opportunities of work for the people. We must have a meeting after this election, sit with the head office, so that we can do what we can do together to change things here in our province.
The main focus being poverty, you say?
Poverty, education, water. There's a really struggle with water in some of the rural areas. The people doesn't have water. The roads are poor condition, very, very poor condition. The housing, the RTP houses that's built is in poor state. It's not good structures. So, as you know, it's not nice to stay in something like that and without water. All of us need water. So I think that is main objectives to start with.
Well, thank you so much. There we have it. That was the provincial coordinator of the Good Party, Ms. Ronelle Steenkamp, just giving us an insight on their some of the goals of their manifesto and how they managed to get a representation here in the Limpopo province. As of now, as I've indicated earlier on, the counting has been done, and what the IEC officials are currently busy with is the capturing. And we shall update you as soon as we have that information. It's back to you in studio.
Chifiwa Mbedzi coming to us from the Limpopo Provincial IEC Center a day after the elections, number crunching and 26.22% of the vote counting done. Early indications showing an ANC lead. And of course, as we know, as this progresses, pictures could change. But as we speak right now, the ANC at 55.07 of the count, 25.96 for the Democratic Alliance, and 8.28% for the Economic Freedom Fighters.